Hello everyone. It's New Year's Eve and we're getting ready to close out the year of 2017. I'm starting the new year on a new foot with a new attitude and some new procedures that are going to go down on my channels. We have Celestial Voyages is now where you'll have to come to get a chart. lvt being my regular YouTube blog channel. I'll no longer post charts on this channel. It will just be for me to talk to my subscribers. On this channel, if you want to request a natal chart, you must come to the About channel. On the About channel, you will hit the icon to send me a private message. In this private message, you will send me your birth date, time, and location. All three of these must be included. You must also include your method of payment, PayPal, check, money order, Venmo, or unless we've come to some other agreement, and your YouTube username with your payment, because your payment names are different and it becomes confusing for me to connect the two. Once I've verified the payment, I'll inform you of how many days it'll take me. Hopefully, I can get it to you within a couple of days, as long as I don't get stacked up. For this year, from now on, my regular price for charts is $100. Between now and January the 17th, between January 1st and January the 17th, which is my birthday, I'm going to run a New Year's special. All charts will be $50 until that date. So if you want to get in on the discount, now is the time to do it. Also, when you send me these requests, don't add any personal information. I like the chart to speak for itself. I don't want to have my own personal opinion influence the chart. Also, when you send this, do not come over here and send me a private message for anything else. This is strictly for charts. You can send me a comment, you can send me an email, but on this thread, it will only be charts. If you request a chart in the comment section, you will not get a response. If you request a chart on my email, you will not get a response. I am strictly working from the private messages on Celestial Voyages. That way I can take control of what's going on. My email got totally out of control on the other channel. You would request a chart, I would agree to do the chart and put it in a folder. And then you would want to say something to me later and you would pick up that same thread. And it would pull it out of the folder and you got pulled out of line. And it just became a horrible mess. So I put a lot of time into it and I don't have a lot of activity on this channel. So we're going to move all of the charts here and run them strictly through private messages. That way nobody else sees your information but me. If you care to make a comment or you want to talk, please put it in the comment section or in my email, but leave this just for charts. I'll be posting my regular videos on my other channel, which is just lvt. They'll be here, and I'm going to probably start right after I post this. This video will be on both channels. That way there'll be no confusion. In the meantime, I'd like to thank everybody for this past year. I've been through a lot the past couple of years, and just now getting settled in, and I've got a lot of questions that have been coming down the pipe about what's coming down for 2018. I will make that video in the next few days. Wish all of you a happy new year. a safe year, a prosperous year. And hopefully we can get these two channels more organized. And I'm finally getting caught up. I am down to less than 100 charts to do in the free charts. I will honor all of those requests, but I will not be doing any more free charts. It got way out of hand, and that's thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that I'm devoting with absolutely nothing in return. And that just, unfortunately, I have to put a stop to that. I will be teaching you how to do these charts for yourself. There's no need for me, really. I'm giving you all the tools to do it with. I do have a perspective in translating and analyzing these charts that I know you don't have, but that will come in time if you apply yourself to this material. And it can be difficult. There is so much out there, so much disinformation, so many different types of astrology. Mine is based strictly on alchemy and that magic circle. I try not to, and where the stars actually are. To me, when we're in this 23.5 degree difference in a tropical astrology, we're literally living in the past. When clearly we are moving into the age of air. This tropical Western Occidental astrology, to me, it is empowering the powers that be. The Zionists are in control only by those charts. When the observer affects the experiment. When you're carrying the wrong chart, you're carrying the wrong cross. And you will never accomplish what that alchemical magic wheel has set up for you in your life if you're carrying the wrong cross. Some prefer tropical astrology. That is fine with me. I'm really not concerned. My work is more for the future. It's not even for now. This is the beginning of a new age. And this new age is about Saturn, Aquarius, and astrology. That's what Aquarius is all about. And we're clearly moving into the age of air with our airplanes, our rockets, our telescopes, and all that we're learning about the heavens. So again, that tells me that tropical Western astrology is invalid. I know they have their reasons for looking at it and their reasons for promoting it, but on this channel I can't do that. Everything I've learned is telling me that it is there as a stumbling block, and it is there to keep those in power that rule over us. And to me, it's time to go. I'm tired of living in the past. Even living in the now is hard. We need to look to the future, be the observer of the future to bring that in properly. And when we do so, all of this old stuff will simply fade away. As Cairo fell when Jerusalem came into power, as Jerusalem fell when Rome came into power. This new age, Rome must, and its ways must fall. It all goes back to Babylonian doctrine. That is part where the scribes scribbled the scripture and gave us Bible, Bibble, Babble at Babylon. I don't think the Bible is a bad book. I think the preachers who pull you to the pit and alter you are the ones that are bad. It's bad doctrine that no longer serves us in this age to come that we are walking into. And that's what this channel is going to be about here, is clearly just your natal charts. There are quite a few videos on this channel, but you will only see 14 of them. because these charts are now unlisted, and they run from about 45 minutes, some are over an hour long, depending on your retrogrades, and if there are any problems, issues. A lot of you have planets that sit between two signs that need a little extra discussion, and some of you, we can just zip right through them in about 45 minutes. I explain everything to you. I take you through all your planets, the crosses that they are on. I explain to you your cross and what it means to be on that cross, and then I take you through 2 Saturn returns. On your first Saturn return, you're usually about 30 years old. Biblically, this is when you're told Jesus started his ministry. That means you're no longer a young man or a young woman. It's time to stand on your own 2 feet. You have reached the age of accountability. On your second Saturn return is graduation. Saturn rules old age and the golden age, and you get one of those 2. You either have to deal with old age or you graduate into a golden age and can enjoy your retirement years. And hear Saturn tell you, well done, good and faithful servant. There's a lot coming down the pipe in the next several years, astrologically speaking. It is a time of the changing of the guards, and big changes coming. A lot of people are using this awakening thing. Everybody's awake. To be awake is to be aware of the deception that has been perpetrated upon mankind. But that does not give you the truth. In awaking, a lot of people are waking up to just more disinformation, more lies. It's time we start learning to see through these, learn this alchemical code, so when they speak, we know what we're hearing. You know whether it's disinfo or truth. And that's what I want to continue to do on this channel over here at Levette. All right, I hope that didn't confuse you too much. Again, if you want a chart, come to Celestial Voyages. Hit the About page. Go to the private message. In the private message, send your date, time, and location. Include your method of payment and your YouTube username with payment name so that I can verify it. Now, as to pricing of charts. Charts are going to be $100. I don't see any other way around it. I'm investing a minimum of 4 hours into these charts. When you talk about research time, production time, processing time, uploading time, reprocessing time, emails, and then dealing with the payments. Actually, I have more than 4 hours invested into each video. And that brings it to around $25 an hour. For now, between January 1st, 2018 and January the 17th, 2018, for 17 days, I will be running a special at $50 a chart. And I think that's more than fair. That drops me down to about $12.50 an hour that I'm investing into it. That way I don't feel like I'm being completely used up. To me, that is only fair. I have spent decades learning this material. I wish I could give it all away free, but unfortunately, we all have to eat, survive, and keep a roof over our head. And for now, I'm trying to do that on my own. It's time. I've been through a rough time. It's time that I stand on my own 2 feet. I'm tired of taking donations. I'm tired of having to ask for them, and you guys are tired of hearing it. So this is just the way it's going to have to be, and I apologize for the inconvenience that we had and the total chaos of it all, and maybe this can be a little more organized. Please do not send me your comments or questions here. When you send me a private message on Celestial Voyages, it must only be for charts. If you want to talk to me, You can put it in the comment section, or you can hit me up on my email. My email is connected to both channels. One email for both channels. I always put it in the description box below. If you have any questions, again, please do not send your questions or your comments to my private messages on this channel. You can send a private message on the lvt channel, no problem. I don't even have a button there. Interesting. I wonder why that's gone. Okay, learning something new about myself. You can send your private messages to my inbox. If I'm subscribed to your channel, let's do it this way. If I'm subscribed to your channel, you can easily... Now, what did that just do? I have no idea. But that is definitely not what I wanted to do. Let's go back here. Okay. You can go to subscribers. I subscribe to your channel. I try to subscribe to everybody that subscribes to mine. That way, I'm in your subscribers. And you can just go right over here and send a private message. Isn't that easy? It should be on the About page, but it's not, so you'll find it here. And I do try to, as you see, subscribe to everyone that subscribes to me. If you hide your subscriptions, you will not show up in this. And you will not be able... I don't hide mine, so you should be able to see me there. Alright, this is not a new channel, but it is where all the charts will be from now on. When you request a chart and you get a link, it will be uploaded here. It will be unlisted. Only you will have the link. As your natal chart, you will be able to download it. You will be able to share that link with whoever you wish to. And if you lose your link, I will be able to replace it for you at any time. Alright, got more videos coming up on lvt's channel. That way we can get this ball rolling, because I know all of you cannot afford these charts, so you're just simply going to have to do your homework and learn to do them for yourself. And I'm going to start going step by step through Stellarium, through these charts, through the alchemical wheel, to help those who can't afford or don't want to do their own, who just want to do their own. And hopefully everybody will want to do their own. That's my whole purpose with both of these channels, is to give you this information so you can do it, so you can learn, so you can become what your alchemical will is set up for you to become. And we're living in a time of some very peculiar generations. These generational markers of Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. It's a great time for change in this age. Its time is now. Every time I say the word time, Saturn pops into my mind. Saturn rules time. I hope that as you continue to watch my videos, this will happen to you. That you'll learn to associate Jupiter with space and Saturn with time. Jupiter with the material world and Saturn with the spiritual world. To know the difference between the two, and that we exist because of the both of them. We're moving from an age of Jupiter and materialism into an age of Saturn and spiritualism. And that's what these two channels are about. And we use the New Testament, the Bible in a whole, but we use it as an astrology book, not as a religious book of doctrine or dogma. In it we will recognize the different gods of earth, water, air, and fire. Not as it is taught, there is one God and one demon. That duality, that's over with. That's been part of the propaganda and part of the lie that we help perpetuate when we observe it and when we acknowledge it, and then when we spread it. In a big way, even those of us who have sit in the pews in the church have become part of the problem. We have passed the same misinformation on to our friends, family, and children. And this generation, from about 1955 forward, is set up as we move into this next age of astrology. Unfortunately, it's been misinfo astrology. I hate to ruffle anybody's feathers. I know many of you out there are into tropical astrology, and you will defend it until the end. And there's nothing I can do about that. That's clearly your choice. But I have definitely done my homework. I see the errors in it. I know why they did it. And I also understand the apologetics or the excuses that they give as to why they believe it is the correct astrology. I leave that up to you. We all have to make up our own minds and our own decisions. I just give you the information that I've discovered, uncovered. I don't believe this is all very old information to me. It's just been hidden. And it's time that it's being revealed. And I'm not the only one doing this. There are other channels out there that are putting out this information because they too are beginning to see the light of this. It is like the universe has picked a group of people. I think it picked everybody. It's talking to all of us, but a few of us have our ears on and we're hearing what's being said, and we're responding to that, and we're compelled to share this information. So I'm not the only one. I'm the only one that I know of that's doing alchemical astrology charts, but I'm not the only one that's releasing this information of what this applies to. That we are definitely moving into the age of Aquarius. If we were 23.5 degrees off, it would be another almost 1,500 years before we even begin to hope of moving into Aquarius. And that, to me, is completely unacceptable, especially since we have planes in the air. We are in the age of air. We are between the ages. And we've talked about the symbolism that describes all of that. All right, again, $50 2018 special for 17 days between January 1st and January the 17th. Private messages only, celestial videos, date, time, location, and your username with your payment name. All right, everybody have a great day, and don't forget, bank that karma. We are moving into the age of your works will follow you. There's no more mercy. There's no more grace. There's no more law. There's no more condemnation. Karma is at work here. And she seems to be moving pretty fast. There is no delay time. We're seeing it happen on the news. We're seeing the exposure of all of what you will reap what you sow. That is karma. And we all need to be on her good side. Celestial Voyages, your channel for your alchemical natal charts.